sad that the notch is dead for now.
All right.
Okay,
I clicked the button.
So, 2019
need-
prediction. We're doing it at the end. I don't know if
we
you were
are?
listening when we
Okay.
decided that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So are we
Uh,
live? We're on. This is the pre-show.
I see we're live
We're
on
on, we're on.
Periscope.
Yeah.
Do you see
Okay.
Twitch? Is Twitch okay?
Okay. You know, just pick a spot for the Twitch ad. Also in the lineup or whatever.
Okay.
How about after Segas?
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that? I mean, technically that happened last year.
That was my thinking, but everyone else defended it. So I don't know.
I think it was fine to write the article because Sega should be made fun of.
To be honest,
I feel like they don't need any attention, like at all. But
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, and I think I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong, that was added with the assumption David might actually be here, because he's the one who's definitely going to want to talk about that. But
I'm fine with covering it or not covering it. I'm not.
Does anyone want to
to it.
cosplay David?
Here, let me start the intro in a new and exciting way.
well, we could always just move Segas to the end, and if we fly through everything else, we can just cover it for the hell of it, because it's like joke territory anyway.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I got it. I'm putting in the chilling spot.
I'm doing it. Fine.
I need to paste in the money emoji. There we go.
Yeah, without the emoji, we wouldn't know what we were doing.
It's true.
No,
I can't read.
I believe
Ryan's
that.
articles are entirely emoji.
I mean, we only need one. I think probably
Okay.
we don't need to do. We don't need to do two. Yeah, no. Every time Ryan says something about himself, I believe it. I think everything that he tells me about himself is accurate because it's always pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
So we're ready to go now. Everything is working.
We'll never be ready, but
Everything is working except for the notch, which, by the way, Corbin is still fired over.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, Ryan, you're going last, right?
would you call me?
In the
Yes.
introductions. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure, because we mess that up every time.
We don't. I know where I am in the position. You don't know. Is what happens.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Look, we're all professionals here.
No, we're not.
Let's just do this. Let's just do this podcast, and then you guys can argue about who's more important afterwards. Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. Hey, welcome to the Introvert Please podcast. Ryan Whitwam.
I'm Cody Toombs.
I'm Corbin Davenport.
And I'm Ryan Hager.
And this is our first show of 2019. And because we are all very professional and well organized, we're going to tell you about some newsy things that happened. There weren't very many. But then after that, we're going to do some predictions for this year 2019. 2019 is the year, and that is what we're going to talk about mostly. But let's start with some news. Like Motorola is still making Z phones. Probably there was a leaked render this week of the Z4 Play, and it's still got a MotoMod connector.
Because the mods have been so popular and so well received by everyone who's used them.
Somebody in the comments was like adamant that mods are like a good idea, but he
probably bought some.
He listed. I mean, he was like, okay. So here's what I don't get. Like, he was heavily upvoted in the comments. So like, whatever. I don't know if Motorola is like running some psyops campaign in our comments or something. But like, he listed all of the these mods that he thinks are good, and he's like, oh, to 10x zoom lens, that like terrible Hasselblad camera mod, right? And the projector, which, come on, give me a break. Nobody wants that. The battery life, the battery life is questionable. I mean, like, if you want your phone to weigh like 300 grams, then sure. Onboard speaker, I assume he means the speaker mod. That is another questionable one. I think it's a bad idea. The game controller is garbage because Android games just are not designed for controllers. Yeah, so that's what he thinks that like the best arguments for the mods are. And I don't mean to pick on this guy in particular whose screen name I'm not going to say, but
yes, you do.
Okay, but that apparently is the best argument the community can come up with for the continued existence of mods, and I don't think it is acceptable. So, yeah, I mean, this is the only like mod platform that has lasted more than like a year, but I don't think that makes it good or successful. It just means that Lenovo and Motorola just haven't wanted to give up on it yet because they feel like that. I mean, like they feel like it's going to catch on, or there's like, and they have to do it right now because they're doing the 5G mod.
Didn't they promise 2 years of support on these anyway? So like they're kind of sticking to that.
So yeah, they said at least 2 years for you know the mod, you know the same mod shape platform thing. But then, I mean, like a year or two ago, I forget what year, it might have been 2016 or 2017, but they promised they were going to release like 12 mods or something. They never did. Like in the last year, I think there's been one mod, and it was like the cheap speaker. And they announced the 5G mod that's going to be a Verizon thing, and that hasn't come out yet. But it's
one
just,
thing to note before we move on. Someone in comments just subscribed, so thank you, the H Zone. Unfortunately, yes, the notch is dead right now. You can blame Corbin.
There was a small technical hiccup, and so we're using a different streaming computer, and it didn't have the notch set up. So Corbin is fired. I just want everybody to know that. So, you know,
we'll simulate the notch. We'll simulate the notch.
Yeah, Ryan will hold up his Pixel 3 XL every time someone subscribes.
I will use my cat's rabies vaccination certificate.
Oh, good. You have to make noise so the camera goes to
you. I'm making noise. Imagine your name here.
I thought you were going to actually write his name on the paper. I thought we were going to
I was going to do it. I didn't want to.
I swear, I just said a few minutes ago that we're professionals, and then you make.
I'll do it.
Oh, jeez. I think
Zone.
I think that Ryan might be fired too. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Welcome to 2019, folks.
There's no one left to run the podcast.
I'm making noise.
Ryan, you forgot the camera.
It's fine. We're all right.
Okay, I think the H Zone has gotten his money's worth. Okay, so back to the Z4 Play, which also I should point out has a notch. It has a little water drop notch on the front. So that's, I guess, you know, okay. Like if you hate notches, that's not a very annoying one. Also, there doesn't appear to be.
What? Someone else subscribed, so Ryan has to write their name.
Okay, Ryan, get on this.
I don't have that many. I
just scribble it out.
Certificate.
Look, just flip it around. Do the other.
I can only do that twice, maybe 4 times.
Then look, if somebody else subscribes, you're gonna have to go get more paper. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh wait, I think I have a notepad here somewhere.
V1.
We're on a pause right now because we need to simulate the notch because we've promised that for weeks and now people are disappointed that we don't have it.
Why does your username have so many characters?
I got it. We got it. We're ready. We have it.
Okay.
This is a notch. Thanks, XXB. I cannot pronounce the rest.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we did that. Okay, let's back to the show. So yeah, this phone also it has no visible fingerprint sensor, which is odd, and it's going to be like the Play series is a mid-range phone, so I can't imagine there being an in-display fingerprint sensor. That would be unlikely.
Give it on the back, so
yeah, but if you have a mod on the phone, that's not accessible.
Oh yeah.
Is it still on the power button? Isn't that what they're doing now?
No, it doesn't look like
it's it looks like a pretty like small like little like textured power button. No, so like Motorola's phones last year they had a fingerprint sensor on the right side where the power button should be, but it was just a sensor, and the power button was on the left side, which I thought was really dumb. So this time the power button is on the right side. But I don't see any fingerprint sensor. So I don't know. Like, what if this phone doesn't have one, and they just rely on garbage, terrible camera-based face unlock.
I don't think they would do that. That would, I mean, even for Motorola, low standards.
I don't know.
I have little faith.
Motorola makes some pretty bad errors in judgment.
Oh, actually, you know what it's going to be? The fingerprint sensor is another Moto mod.
Oh my god. they could do it.
That's what they're going to do. So instead of bundling a battery Moto mod in the box like last time, they'll bundle the fingerprint sensor mod, and then they'll also bundle the headphone jack mod. So you have to switch between.
So this phone has a headphone jack though, because it's a Play series phone, and those do because they're cheap, and you know that's just what they do. Okay, but yeah, so that's a thing. Does anybody else have thoughts about this phone?
I just really didn't think they would make another Z phone. I thought after that weird Z3 that was it.
Yep, that was a weird choice, and yeah, I don't know. I guess Motorola just doesn't want to admit that it was wrong.
They should though. They absolutely should.
That would be nice.
Okay, so we have been talking a little bit about our Twitch shilling situation, but we can do the regular the full Twitch shill.
Your standard shill.
Yeah. So Corbin, do you want to do that?
Okay.
Also apologize again for the notch.
You should.
Yeah, we're sorry. So if you enjoy the show and you want to support us, we'd love it if you would consider subscribing to us on twitch.tv/AndroidPolice. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can connect your Twitch account to your Amazon account to get one free sub every month. So you can give us money without you actually paying anything, which both of us win in that situation. So you should absolutely do that. And we put a little link to the help guide for that in below this stream. So you can just go there, and it's a page that tells you how to do it. It's really easy. Or if you're listening to the audio version, it's in the episode description. I don't know what this hand gesture was, but it's in the description. Also, if you subscribe via Amazon Prime, keep in mind that those do not auto-renew. So if you've already connected your account and your subscription expired, you just got to click the button again, and we'll get money again. So please do that. And that's it. I'm done shilling for now.
Okay. So just today, as we're recording the show, there was a Galaxy S10 leak, or what purports to be the Galaxy S10.
Wait, there was another one?
No,
today.
it was the...
Oh.
What another one? I don't. Oh, okay, so yeah,
you said as we were recording the show. I'm like,
I mean, today as we're recording the show, because other people who are not us will hear this on other days.
Whatever.
Okay. Why are you still here? I fired you for failing to write somebody's name on a piece of paper. Okay, so if this is the actual phone, which I mean it probably is, even though I'm a little concerned. This is the first photo of the phone. We had a render of the device before, or a similar device, another version of the Galaxy S10. So this phone, it's got a single front-facing camera that is in the Galaxy O like hole punch thing. So it's just like a hole in the display near the top where there's a camera, and it looks pretty awkward. It appears to have a curved display.
Curved edges, we should say.
Yes, curved edges, like an edge, an edge phone from Samsung.
This isn't like G Flex, where
right, yeah, it's curved like a backward, like a taco backwards, but not like a banana. Yeah. So
okay.
so here's the thing, though.
2019 is a wild year for phones, guys.
This phone, I think, is kind of ugly. And it looks not very well designed. I'm actually pretty surprised that this is probably the phone.
It looks like a mid-range Xiaomi phone.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So I mean, there is a clear asymmetry in the bezels, which is weird because Samsung makes displays. They should be able to make a display that doesn't have all that space at the bottom for the display driver. They should be able to do what Apple is doing because they're manufacturing a lot of those displays for Apple. So yeah, there's a little bit of a chin at the bottom, and it's not huge. I mean, this basically, I said earlier that I think this looks kind of like a phone I would expect from OnePlus.
Yeah, I was
which
just
is
comparing
fine.
it to my
Which is
OnePlus
fine
6.
if the phone costs $500. Like, cool, this would be an achievement. But this is Samsung, and they're probably going to ask a lot more than $500 for the phone. I think this is not a very compelling design.
I'm curious to see what the status bar looks like with that.
Yeah, that
Could be
like
big.
the hole is like, it's really like it's down there, like
Yeah.
it's gonna have to like make the status bar is gonna have to be like giant to encompass that.
And I don't think Android is optimized for like corners of the screen being missing like it is for notches now. So like we're gonna go back.
Is that not an option in Android as of whatever?
I think
For the notch emulator thing. I don't know.
I think it does let you do a corner, but like I don't know if it lets you.
Well, I mean,
do
they can
that
just
much.
like they can just use that, like pretend that whole corner is a notch, basically, because you're not gonna like put any content to the right of this, of the camera hole. Like,
Yep, you can do a corner cutout. That's right. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Look, we have the S10 right here.
Actually, yeah, and it makes the status bar huge. So,
Ooh,
That's a good
Yeah.
status bar.
yeah, I feel like this hole punch thing more distracting than a notch. I would rather have that camera in the middle, make it tiny, just a little wider drop notch is way better, I think, than like totally screwing up your status bar.
yeah.
I'd rather have the 6T style.
Yeah, the 16
drop.
is a very attractive phone, and the notch is minuscule. Even if you hate notches, like you will totally
It's very
not even notice that. Yeah,
and it's symmetrical unlike the one on the 6, which
the 6. What was it? It had the speaker in the middle and the camera to one side, and then like the sensor on the other. But it looked lopsided. Yeah. So this is. I mean, like when I saw this phone, I was like, this can't be it. But like the more I look at it, I'm like, this is probably it, and that's unfortunate. This is probably one of the Galaxy S10 variants. I guess probably like the middle tier one, because I think we heard that maybe like the cheapest one will have a flat display and just one front-facing camera, and then like the top tier, I think we're still thinking 3 models, I guess, unless that
it
is
was
changed.
between 3 and 5. I think was the original estimate.
Yeah,
because there's potentially going to be 5G specific S10s coming slightly later.
Yeah, so the like the initial wave, I guess, like there should be a higher tier one that has 2 front-facing cameras, which man, I don't know about that. If we're gonna have hole punches for all these cameras, I don't really want. Eventually, it just gets to the point where like the top of your screen is unusable, and why not just have a damn bezel at that point?
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna put the first camera at the top right, and then the second camera like halfway down the screen on the right, and then one more camera on the bottom. So it'd be a 3-hole punch phone.
Yeah, actually, here's the thing.
My god.
A phone bezel is just a full width notch. So,
all right, we're done here.
Yeah,
podcast is over. Thank you for listening.
That's probably where we're going. All right. Do we want to make fun of Samsung anymore? Or are we gonna move on to make fun of Essential?
I mean, I could keep going.
We're
making fun of Essential. Okay.
I could make fun of Essentials all day.
I mean, so Essential has officially discontinued the Essential phone.
They stopped selling it. Everything except for the Sprint model sold through Best Buy.
Yeah, which I'm sure that every Best Buy probably has like a stack of those in the back collecting dust.
Probably.
So yeah, they're done with the Essential phone, and they seem to be indicating that a new phone will be released eventually. But
hard at work at their next mobile product.
I am skeptical.
I don't know. Well, you remember there's the rumors coming from Bloomberg and Mark Gurman that they were working on an AI-powered phone that was going to have like personal assistant functionality, would do all sorts of things for you, and have this small screen as opposed to the big screen that typical smartphones these days have. And
so it's a Palm phone, but worse.
Yeah, kind of sounded like that. But I don't know. It could have been overpromising, and they'll eventually underdeliver, or maybe Andy Rubin can pull it off. But that would probably be what they're working on.
We have to take a timeout and do a fake watch.
I got this one. I've got paper. It's fine. I've got my little whiteboard. Okay. All right, so let me see. I've got the preview over here. Whoop. Tiny taco. Thank you.
You're not just too big. It's too whatever.
It's fine.
You didn't put enough O's on that.
What?
There are 3 O's.
God damn it, Corbin.
Is there? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna do this right.
How many times can you be fired in one night?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Happening a lot.
Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Woo! Notch.
Okay, that's better.
Taco.
And Devin just made it rain for 1,506. I can't count a number of bits.
That's a lot of bits.
Devin's making it rain.
I don't really understand how bits work on Twitch, but I acknowledge that he did something with like dancing icons. It's doing stuff. It's moving and distracting.
It looks fun. we completely forgot what we were talking about.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I got to do it again. Hold on. So this one goes out to Crunchy Goodness. All right, here we go. All right. Woo!
Your notch sucks.
I'm sorry. Look, it's fine.
There we go. Off center.
It's a bezel. It's a full width notch because you're so close to the camera.
Look, I'm trying my best. Okay, leave me alone.
I know. It's just that you're not very good at this.
Can we talk about your best?
Look.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's we're back to Essential. Essential claims it's making a new phone, and honestly, I don't think it's making a new phone. I think Essential just wants to sound like it's still a company so that somebody will buy it.
Maybe.
Yeah, because the what else was it? I know they were working on like the smart speaker.
Wait, hold on. Did somebody replace my M dashes in that article with N dashes?
What? That's a crime. Actually, that's
this is not okay.
I do see a double space that doesn't belong.
Hold on. Are you sure?
Yeah, I see the double space too.
Let me check that. No, okay, that's an M dash.
Yeah.
Did David do it?
Where's the double space? Oh, hold on, I'll fix that.
It's in the first paragraph.
Okay, so about Essential.
Oh God. We're so bad right
Look, here's the thing. I honestly, like, at this point, the company keeps making news, one way or another. Whether they make good products or bad, I'm not even going to comment or pick a side there. Look, short version is they keep making news. So somehow, some way, they have interest. They have people's eyes. So, you know, hey, if they're going to try a new phone, I wouldn't rule that out for a second. All they need is enough people who are willing to say, yeah, sure, we'll invest in a round 2. You know, maybe you'll make it work this time. Did anyone really think their first phone was going to be that great?
Maybe in 2 months, we'll see the Essential Phone Lite show up on Indiegogo, and you can back it. And if you are one of the first to back it, you get you get a shirt with Andy Rubin's face on it, and maybe a mug.
Actually, I think you just get Andy Rubin to personally deliver it.
Yeah, you don't want that. Have you read those reports?
Yeah. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Essential did like a Kickstarter for their next phone.
They've got plenty of money. They still have investors. Didn't Amazon give them $50 million or something like that? They've got cash. Like,
I
wouldn't be too worried about that.
Off a bunch of staff.
Well, it's also the fact that Kickstarters are now sort of just used as promotional. Like every time Anker makes a new portable projector, it goes on Indiegogo. Just like, you know, they have money, obviously, they're Anker, but they do that to raise publicity.
Yeah. So
somebody in chat asked, "Do we all see the money?"
Oh yeah, when you give us money, you give Android Police money. Twitch takes a cut of it. It's like if you gave money to any Twitch streamer, like they're not, you know, they wouldn't be whoring themselves for subscriptions if they weren't getting some of the money.
That's true.
I mean, speak for yourself.
All right. Well, that doesn't surprise me. But
we have to tell Ryan not to take his shirt off.
We do, yeah. But yes, no. Android Police gets whatever the usual share of the money. I don't know what it is, but yes, you're supporting the show when you do the subscriptions.
Yes.
Okay. So Essential. Does anybody have anything else they want to say about Essential? We've forgotten what we're doing like 8 times.
I could make a bunch of puns, but I think we can move on.
Okay. Do we want to move on to predictions, or do we want to make fun of Snakes? We're just going to make fun of everybody.
That's kind of our shtick. I mean,
we're on a roll. I feel like we should keep making fun.
So Sega, so like this happened late last year, but we just David actually just wrote a post about it the other day to point out that Sega's is ridiculous because they still haven't launched this phone, and they posted this blog post like it's really just so bad, it's so ridiculous. They're just basically saying like, hey, you should invest money in us because like, you know, small phone manufacturers, blah blah blah. Something, and they call the Sega's V2 or V2, whatever it is, an upcoming phone. It's been upcoming for like 3 years, and it's never going to launch. This phone is not happening. I would be shocked if this phone actually comes out in any capacity.
Yeah, I don't know. This phone is so weird. I love reading about like Kickstarter stuff that just never shows up, or it takes like an incredibly long time to show up. I don't know why. It's like a morbid curiosity. I don't know what's going on with this though.
Well, I mean, everything about this phone was shady, like the way they did it. I mean, they took pre-orders like first, I think, themselves, and then they put it on Indiegogo, and they like counted all of the pre-orders that they already got, like so that it looked like it was a really popular like project on Indiegogo, and they got, you know, a bunch more. And they had like a fairly popular YouTuber whose name I will not mention do like their promo video. It made them look like legit, but they still haven't launched this phone. And that
video is hilarious. Oh my god!
It has, so like this phone's supposed to have a Snapdragon 801, I think, which is ancient at this point. There are no drivers for that chip that work with a modern version of Android, and I don't think Google will certify anything running. What is it? Anything older than Nougat?
Well,
Oreo now, right?
Should be Oreo now.
Yeah, or so like I don't think there's any way this phone could even exist anymore.
Yeah, because Qualcomm's not even manufacturing that anymore, probably.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think that it would be possible to release this phone anymore.
Well, and am I mixing them up with somebody else, or did they not promise to upgrade the chip later? Like they were going to ship it with the 801, and then at some point they were just magically going to put a different chip inside.
They have said something like that, which is silly.
That's how phones work. That's
how sure is.
Manufacturing works. It's just like a PC. You just pop off the cooler, put a new one in there, bam, you're done.
You can just ship people the new Snapdragon with a screwdriver, and they can just install it themselves.
Yep. You got to be careful about those pins, though. They're extremely tiny.
Yeah.
You're going to break them off.
But yeah, so man, every now and then I just check in on this because it's just I just want to see, you know.
Yeah, I told you it's like a morbid curiosity. You're like, wow, this is so terrible. I need to read more.
Know what? They were apparently very salty with us at CES, like after their phone had been delayed for a year or something. They had words with David, and they were very upset that we'd called them out for like probably not ever launching this phone. And here we are, like 2 years later.
Yeah,
are they going to be at the next CES? You should drop them a visit.
Doubt that they would have the. I doubt they would have the stomach.
They're in the very back of the building, and they've got some poster board with their name on it
behind the convention center.
Hey, you guys want to come check out our new phone? We're behind the hotel.
This is running ice cream sandwich. Yeah, well, you know, this is hard. Okay,
but it's certified for Verizon now. Come on, give us your money.
One of the guys in VIP supporters pointed out that because we didn't know that they had that office building in Utah, there are reviews up on Google Maps for the office building, and they're hilariously fake. You can tell that there are all these accounts with like one review that are all
are they
obviously
like
employees of the company.
Pro Sega's?
Oh, very pro Sega's.
Wait. That's reviewing the office.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Gotta drop your check. Beautiful. It's amazing.
Wow.
I think you need to read some of these for us for the people listening at home.
I finally got to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I
was going to say that link doesn't work in Twitch. I don't know. Maybe it's too long.
I'm bad at linking things. It's fine.
It's fine. Just read us the reviews. I'm sure.
Dramatic reading. Let's go. I finally got to see the V2 phone after working in the area for almost a year. It's an amazing product. I'm an iPhone guy, but I will consider replacing with a V squared next time I'm in the market for the new phone, especially with the price point of the iPhone X.
I see. So this is a recent posting, huh?
Yeah, there's quite a few. They're pretty.
That's pretty ridiculous. Somebody should report that to Google. If everybody could report that to Google, and then subscribe to the podcast. Like if I have, if you guys, if I can make you guys do something like that, I should be able to make you subscribe to the podcast too. All right. Look, okay, so let's move on from Sagus and its crazy nonsense, and we'll talk about crazy nonsense for 2019. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take turns announcing our predictions for 2019, and at Corbin's repeated insistence, we have not shared our predictions with each other.
I have.
So we can have genuine reactions. So, okay, so guys, make the reactions really extreme. Otherwise, why are we even bothering?
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll go in the opening show order. So I will go first.
God damn it.
All right. So all right, this first prediction, probably not going to be too shocking to people, but the first 5G phones are going to come out in 2019, and they're going to suck really, really bad. It is going to be worse than 4G was. It's going to be a disastrous transition, and people are not going to be happy with what 5G does. People have been sold on this image of 5G as like LTE but faster, but they're going to realize that 5G doesn't work pretty much everywhere. Like, if you're inside anything, 5G doesn't work. That's going to be a problem. And also, the phones are going to probably be carrier specific because every carrier is like doing their own thing with 5G. They have different incompatible frequencies. And some are like in completely different parts of the spectrum. Like T-Mobile is trying to roll out 600 megahertz for 5G. And then like Verizon and AT&T are in like 1560 gigahertz. And then Sprint is at like 2.5 gigahertz. And some of that isn't even like supported by the Qualcomm X50 5G modem. So like, who even knows like what is going to happen? But it's going to make buying a phone like just really bad. And people are going to regret like this whole like 5G thing for at least another year or two.
I'm going to totally agree with you. I almost put that on my list. In fact, then what kind of occurred to me though is also it's not going to. I don't think it's going to move any phones. I don't think any customers are actually out there. I'm sure there's a few like very special cases, but I think most people, if you ask them, they're going to be like, you know what, LTE is actually pretty solidly fast for me. I'm happy.
They're going to fall for marketing. It won't matter.
Yeah, I mean, so look, like carriers are going to push 5G real hard, and they might not sell many in 2019, but once it becomes like the default for phones, then like people buy it because whatever. But carriers want 5G because it's a good way to like reduce network congestion, and that's good for them. It's frankly 5G is like a bigger deal for carriers than it is for consumers, because like if all you care about is being able to like stream Netflix, LTE is plenty fast.
Exactly.
Well, I feel like it would be more attractive to people in cities where LTE is so hopelessly congested that anything else sounds better. Like
these are also cities where if you have anything that's obstructing your line of sight, any of the 5G services that would actually make a difference will be blocked by tree leaves or your hand.
But you don't know that until you buy the phone, and then you're like, oh,
I mean, I think that I do believe that Qualcomm has worked out the hand thing basically by cramming more antennas into the phone, and like
that is not a solution.
Steerable antennas. Well, I mean,
your hand just gets irradiated instead.
It's a solution. It's going to make the phone thicker and like uglier, but like it'll be a thing. Like like that Motorola 5G mod? It has like a little antenna hump on top. It's ridiculous. But, okay, all right, I'm done. So next prediction.
Cody's next. Cody's.
Okay. I think I'm just going to have to go with a hot one right now. No Pixel Watch in 2019. We've expected it. Google has obviously not been putting the most assertive foot forward, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I kind of think that everything we saw rumored is probably someone else's watch that will be released under their name, and that's it.
Yeah, I would believe that because Google is really bad at Wear OS. That would not surprise me because not releasing a Pixel Watch is a mistake, and Google makes a lot of mistakes with wearables. So yes,
I could see it going either way, honestly. Yeah, but I do think that we might definitely see the Pixel Watch as like LG's next mechanical smartwatch. In kind of the same way that we saw HTC release what started out as the Pixel 2 XL. Who's getting arrested?
Apparently me.
Understood.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, and in general, maybe I'm off a little bit on this, but I kind of feel like there's not really much incentive for Google to release a Pixel Watch like on their side. I don't think they have their own personal reasons for doing it anymore, because they have this. They're already working with Fossil, which has the like style, big brand aspect to it. They're not really releasing like some big new flagship feature oriented thing, and if they were, they'd have to release it or they'd have to put out a reference platform that a lot of other companies could then copy and put into their stuff. And, if you're going to do that, why release it as a Pixel Watch? Just put it out and let everyone else do it too. So I don't think they're going to move the needle if they put one out. It's cool for us. Like, we would want that, but I just don't see a reason for them. It's not business oriented anymore. So anyway, yeah, no Pixel Watch.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Next.
Okay. So I'm going to do a quick disclaimer. Most of my predictions are outlandish, but I think they could still possibly happen. Maybe possibly. All right. So my first one is that Google now has the Pixelbook, which is a laptop. They have the Pixel Slate, which is a tablet. So I think this year they will make a Pixel desktop all in one, like an iMac.
Daring.
I don't believe that will happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That's
I like the idea.
So Corbin is clearly wrong about that. I think we can all agree on that.
I'm fired again.
But no, I mean, this is just a mistake that you made because you have bad opinions. But
hey, he promised outlandish.
Wow.
In his defense, there was a hardware platform that appeared, right, that is going to be an all-in-one. So one is coming. It's just not necessarily by Google.
Yeah, and I don't know. It seems like something that might happen. Maybe something like Microsoft's all-in-one. They made the Surface Studio. Obviously not that like a $3,000.
I could see Google making a Chromebox of some manner. I don't think they would do an all-in-one like with the display and everything.
I think that would make more sense for like the Chrome OS market. Like these people just want like something that works and it's all set up. So like an all-in-one kind of.
I feel like that person would just buy a Chromebook laptop.
Yeah, but if you want a big screen, okay, fine, I'm done.
Okay, fine. All right, next.
Mine is also a bold prediction. I think the Galaxy S10 is going to sell worse than the Galaxy S9. I think we'll see lower sales with a phone that replaces.
I don't think that's particularly bold. I think that is an entirely reasonable assumption right now because the smartphone market is kind of plateauing.
Exactly.
Even Apple has said look, we're not going to sell as many phones probably. They've hinted strongly. They said that I think they just said today that a lot of people are repairing their old phones instead of buying new ones. There just isn't a lot of room for new smartphone users anymore. So obviously, people are still going to buy a lot of phones.
Yeah, but I bet it's going to be under the S9 numbers.
I mean, the explosive growth of smartphones is over. We're gonna, everybody wants a smartphone, but not everybody wants to buy one every year.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see the Galaxy S10 selling worse than the S9. But that's also the margins on smartphones are getting pretty good for some OEMs. Like, Samsung selling the Note 9 for starting at $1,000.
Well, we'll see how much the S10 starts at. I'm a little concerned there.
Well, I mean, if you
should be very concerned.
You sell substantial redesign, but you want to keep your profits up. You got to make more money on every unit.
Especially if they're anticipating making less money overall in terms of sales, the markup might be higher.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we all agree that is a reasonable prediction. Okay. I have a potentially explosive prediction, but hear me out.
Oh boy.
2019 is the year that Wear OS dies.
I don't like this prediction.
It sounds totally plausible to me.
When I say dies, I don't mean that Google is done making wearables, but I believe that this is going to be the year when Google has no choice but to admit that what they're doing with wearables is not working, and they are going to have to do some sort of big revamp. They're gonna have a new wearable story of some sort, but it's not going to be the Wear OS that we have known for the past however many 4 or 5 years. It is probably
it's only been a year since the last rebrand, so
yeah. So whatever maybe they call the new thing Wear OS. I don't know, but it's not going to be what we've been using. I think that probably what Google does will be more fitness focused because that's like the most appealing angle I think for wearables. It's probably going to be a less powerful platform because let's face it, the battery life of smartwatches is not good enough, and the new Qualcomm chip is not making a big dent. So yeah, I think that's going to happen this year.
Okay. I still don't like it, but I mean, it seems plausible, possibly. Again, the only concern was, I can't remember who brought this up in the Slack, like one of the 10 times we've discussed this, but someone mentioned that if Google did that, then every smartwatch partner they've worked with would just get turned off forever from working with Google.
Yeah, like who are their smartwatch partners right now? There's Fossil.
It's only Fossil.
There's Fossil. Oh, there's Fossil. Yeah.
You're not counting the brands Fossil owns. Come on.
No, wait. There's also Fossil.
There you go.
Actually, if you squeeze LG in between the first and second Fossil, I think we're right.
Like barely counts. God.
You want to say that, but damn, they just keep going.
LG is used to losing money on things, frankly.
I mean, it is true.
Look, LG sells a lot of washing machines, and that gives them a little bit of space to do stupid mobile things. And God bless them. Somebody's got to lose money on phones.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
I just want to agree before we move on with someone in comments. Wearables peaked with Pebble. You're goddamn right they did.
Okay.
Wow, that's the peak. Yeesh.
Okay.
Fight me on. Anyway, so I guess I'll go with the one that I bet everyone else probably also has. Pixel 4, they're going to finally have 2 rear cameras.
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't think this one's even needs, but it's pretty straightforward. Google has pushed the limits of what one camera is going to do. Cheers. At this point, though, like if you're paying really close attention, the Pixel 3, besides like new kind of cool features, all of which are completely controlled in software, they really did not do anything worth paying attention to in terms of actual quality of the of raw quality that they can work with. So at this stage, they need to push to 2 cameras. It gives them tons of computational capabilities. They can do a lot more with it. Like I said, I don't think that's even a big guess.
I think we all pretty much concur with that.
Yes.
All right.
So this is probably my most conservative prediction. It's that Google will finally allow web apps on the Play Store. So my reasoning for this is mostly because Google themselves is already putting web apps on the Play Store. Because if you remember, Maps Go is just a web app in a wrapper. And now Twitter has Twitter Lite in the Play Store. Again, that's just a wrapper. And there's like a couple other good examples. So I think it just kind of makes more sense.
Is Google like only allowing those like as special cases? Are regular developers not allowed to do that?
No, I think it would be open to regular developers. Maybe not at first, but definitely at some point.
Just talk about now. Why are they present now as opposed to not other developers doing them? Are they exemptions that have been granted?
Well, no. The web apps that are in the Play Store now, they're just wrappers. And what I'm thinking is more like when developers are in the little Play Store console, instead of uploading an APK that they made in Android Studio or whatever, they'll just enter the web address of their site, and the Play Store will pull all the information and they'll upload it.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
So more like an automatically packaged APK that's still just a wrapper.
Yeah.
And that's what I think Microsoft is already doing that. Well, no, Microsoft is putting the listings in themselves. It's not something that developers contribute, but I think that's kind of inevitable.
If there's one thing Google loves, it's automation, even when it comes to customer support.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, next.
All right. So the Pixel 3 Lite, or whatever it's going to be called, it's coming. We think we have an eyeball on how much it costs. I think it's going to be a huge flop. And I think that as a result of its diminished price and the fact that it is a cut-cornered version of an already pretty buggy series of phones, that the Pixel 3 Lite is going to have monumental issues that have yet to come to light. Like ridiculously big problems. That is my expectation.
Interesting.
If they mess up a $1,000 flagship as bad as they have, imagine how badly they'll mess up a $600 or $700 phone. Like, just think of it. Like, they'll spontaneously combust in people's hands or give you cancer or something ridiculous.
So what do you consider to be like the biggest problem with the current Pixel phones?
I can't stand the LG made display on the smaller one. I think it's garbage.
I think you're crazy. I think it's fine.
That's not likewise. That's not like a breaking issue.
And you know what? Regular people don't even get, like, regular people didn't hate the Pixel 2 XL display.
What about the call issues when it can't even be a phone?
That's every single Pixel Nexus. Dare I go back through AP's history and show you all the articles where we have covered call issues on Google Phone?
I can take phone calls on my Pixel. It's fine.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair, I'm using my phone all the time. I've never had call issues.
I think we're hyper focused on Pixel issues because of who we are.
And we're going to hyper focus on the even bigger issues the Pixel 3 Lite has.
I do not doubt that Google could totally screw up a budget phone. I think this phone is going to clock in at a price that makes it very difficult to justify for a lot of people. Because it's going to be budget, but not like budget enough. It's just not going to be a good trade-off.
Like Motorola does budget. Google is going to do like a slightly overpriced mid-range phone. And that'll be their idea of budget.
Like
slightly.
The Z Play series.
Yeah.
It's going to be too expensive for what it offers. Okay. So, all right. So back to me then. All right. I think that in 2019, Android Q is going to be the first Android that does not get a traditional dessert name.
Oh, I know that's true, and it hurts.
Because what do you call it? I think the only thing you could maybe get away with is quiche.
Quesadilla.
Because you can't see, but that's the thing. Like you can make a quiche that is sweet. That's a thing, but it's not really like what you think of when you think of a quiche. But I think like that's the only thing that I could think of them justifying. But at that point, like they're just gonna maybe just call it Q. They're just gonna leave it Q.
I do think them dropping the nicknames entirely is likely because they haven't done any fun statues in years. They've like kind of given up on the candy names. But what I also think might happen is that they'll do what Apple did when they ran out of like leopard names, and they'll switch to something completely different for nicknames. So like Apple went from like lion or mountain lion to
cats,
to naming their releases after things in California.
I think we've talked about this before. There was speculation they were going to do that with O because the original Easter egg was an octopus. But yeah, I mean Q would be a good time to do that. You call it Android Quail, something like that.
Or they're gonna start copying the Ubuntu names.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do we have more? Are we going to do more?
Sure, why not?
I have more.
This one I think is actually pretty easy anyway.
Okay, make these your best ones. I think this is going to be the last pass. So
well, screw that. That's not fair. No. Okay, well, if we're going for best one, then Google is not going to do any new mainstream messaging services in 2019. I think they're going to kill off Hangouts and Allo, and they'll continue forward with Hangouts Chat and continue doing whatever weird RCS attempt that they're kind of muddling through. And I want to be clear, that just means nothing new in 2019. 2020, oh hell, it messaging services everywhere. It's going to be like raining messaging. Yeah. But 19, no, they're going to stay conservative.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like that's predicting that things are going to continue is pretty reasonable.
Okay, bear in mind, we're talking about Google here, where messaging services, it was kind of like actually a company hobby to create new ones. I feel like it's a little bit on edge to say that they're not going to do that.
So you're saying we're not even going to get any new messaging services surreptitiously
mainstream
other apps?
Mainstream. Okay. No, if YouTube adds another chat screen, that's not counted.
Real-time Google Maps.
Wait. Aren't they like testing messaging in Maps? Didn't I see that headline somewhere?
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Oh wait, what if that launches this year?
Yes, because people will be using Maps to send movie.
You know what? Like,
you can't go by what people use because no one used Allo either.
Touche.
But main purpose of Allo is messaging. We're going on that as the standard. If the main purpose of the app is messaging.
Now the main purpose of Maps is messaging because Google says so. It's a messaging app that integrates Maps.
I think Google Keep will get a messaging service.
Is that your prediction, or
yeah?
Before we get shopping with support and assistant, we'll get messaging and Keep. Yes.
Yeah. You can send each other notes. That's it.
Oh my god.
It will happen. Okay. So Cody, are you fulfilled?
Well, I have one more thing on my list, but I'm done with that.
We'll roll back. So this one, I've heard a couple people say this might happen. I think in 2019, Microsoft will make an Android phone.
Just come in, Jules.
I think that's going to happen.
You need the Switch?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because we're playing Overcooked.
They want to play Overcooked. Jules, say hi. Come say hi, Jules. Anybody who watches Pocket Now reads Pocket Now, Jules.
Yeah. And apparently I was on Cheddar today.
He was on in my office. He was on Cheddar.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
In the office with the Lennons.
Okay.
So Microsoft Android phone.
I wanted to.
Yes.
So that's pretty.
Brian didn't mute his microphone.
That's pretty plausible. I guess Microsoft is obviously not doing mobile Windows devices anymore because that was a disaster. And they do make a lot of Android apps. Be an opportunity for them to load a phone down with all their stuff.
Yes, I know there are rumors still of a Microsoft phone, but I think most of them say it's going to run desktop Windows, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why.
No. Well, they had previous phones doing it.
Well, I mean, the most recent Windows phones, they were just like Windows 10, but like on a phone. You could plug into a monitor.
Windows 10 mobile.
Windows. That didn't work. Like nobody wanted those phones. I don't think they're going to make another Windows-based phone for maybe ever, or at least not.
No, me neither.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay.
Am I ready?
Ryan, yeah, it's your turn.
All right. Treble is going to make large, measurable difference in both update speed and volume going forward.
You're wrong.
As long as you exclude Samsung from this list, yes.
Yes, I exclude Samsung and LG.
But no one cares about LG.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a hard pass on this prediction because I think we would have already seen that with Oreo to Pi. and that's not happening.
You know what I think is happening? I think that Trouble actually did make it easier and faster to develop updates, but OEMs realized that, and they're like, hey, we don't have to spend as much time and money on these updates because like we can just have fewer people do them because they're easier now, right?
Yeah.
The
LG, look at the number.
The LG Upgrade Center has downgraded from 2 people in a cubicle to only 1 person in a cubicle.
They're spending less time on it because they know it'll be easier, and so they're still taking a long time.
But this time last year, I don't think there were as many devices running Oreo as there are running Pi right now.
I mean, okay.
We don't know because Google hasn't released distribution numbers in 3 months or 4 months.
Really? But look at the Xiaomi phones that have all been updated to MIUI 10. They're all running Pi.
Okay, but look, we need another month of numbers to know if this is accurate. But thus far, what we have has not been better for Pi than it was for Oreo.
It's still not on
we
the
got
chart.
one month of numbers before they stopped after the release,
and
right?
And it took the same amount of time for it to pop up on the distribution list, though.
I think Google's going to keep the little maintenance message on the chart until Pi shows up. I think they're embarrassed. It does not take 2 months to do maintenance, Google.
Yeah, Google and needs to get this thing sorted out because it's really
with all the Xiaomi phones that got MIUI 10, it's got to be a decent chunk now because that's a lot of devices.
Maybe,
but none of those are connected to Google Play. Okay, well, at the Europe ones, but not the China ones.
Oh yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. All right. I don't have any more. Cody, do you want to do your last one?
Yeah, this one's I think just funny. I think OnePlus is totally going to come out with the 7 and 7T, and their price is going to go up to $750 or above. And I think this year they are going to promote big improvements to the camera, as in they are going to claim it will be competitive with the big players.
They did it this year.
Yeah, I feel like they.
Oh, did they? I don't remember hearing anything big.
They talk a pretty big game on the camera.
Yeah, we skipped over all the hyperbole. Yeah, we skipped over all the hyperbole bullshit in our coverage because none of us were swayed. But no, they made exactly the same claims this year.
Because I've seen them make claims in the past. I didn't see it with the 6 or 6T, but okay, well, either way, 750 and above.
The first 2019 prediction has been fulfilled.
Retroactively, yeah. All right. Okay, so we're all done with the predictions. Nobody else has one they want to go out there.
Android Police is gonna suck in 2019.
No, it's not.
You know what? Geez, Jules. No,
I have 2 more, but they're really lame, and I'm kind of embarrassed about them.
Okay, then we don't need to talk about those.
Okay.
We will just wrap it up here. So that's the show. That's the first show of 2019. Just a reminder that you can and should subscribe to the Android Police podcast on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Android Police. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect it to Twitch and you get a free subscription. You should do that. It costs you nothing and it gives us money so that we can keep doing the show, which we would like to do. So yes, subscribe, do that. If you want to yell at us, podcast@androidpolice.com or be in the Twitch chat when we are recording. So that's it, everybody. See you next time.
Good night, everybody.